Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Lesley. I'm a very, very proud Arbonne independent consultant. And I am so excited to be your host tonight. So I get to, for the next kind of 25, 30 minutes, tell you a little bit more about Arbonne. So if you have come on here, you've come on here because you're curious. You want to know more about what is this Arbonne thing? What is this business opportunity? How does this work? What could this look like for me? What does it look like to run a business with Arbonne? And I am really passionate about sharing what Arbonne is because not only has it changed my life over the past 15 years since I've been an independent consultant, but I have watched it transform the lives of hundreds, if not thousands, of other people that I know and love. I have watched the impact of this business many, many times over the years, and I'm so excited to give you an introduction to this so that you can ascertain if this could be a fit for you as well. This company is really special, the community is really special, the business is really special. So let me tell you a little bit more. So I am going to start by just telling you a bit about my own journey, because when I was looking into whether this was something that I wanted to do, the main thing that I wanted to do was hear everybody's stories. Like, where did you come from? Why did you decide to get started? Like, what was it that intrigued you? So, for me personally, I'm just going to mute the lines quickly. Hold on before I continue. 2 seconds. Right, I think that's us. Okay. Um, so I was introduced to Arbonne. I've been in Arbonne for 15 years, but I was first introduced to Arbonne a little over a year before I actually started. And that might be a bit of a typical story. You might hear that a few times over from other people. You might be someone who indeed has used the products for a while, or you've heard or you've watched for a little while, and now you're deciding to jump in. So for me, one of my really good friends had started an Arbonne business, but actually had been introduced by her mum. So her mum decided to start a business with Arbonne when I was about 22. And we heard about this. We heard that her mum was doing this, and we were very intrigued, if not confused, because her mum already had a beautiful life. And all I heard was products, and she's starting this business. So I was kind of curious as to what this was, what this could possibly be that she was doing. So when I had the chance to go along to her business launch and hear a bit more about Arbonne, I went to be nosy. I did not go because I thought that this was something for me. I was curious as to what she was doing. And I listened that night to a woman who explained Arbonne. She explained what this business was, what it could be. And that night, at 22 years old, I decided to register as an Arbonne independent consultant. But that journey was very short lived. I basically walked out the room that night and did nothing with Arbonne. And the reason for that, well, there was a few reasons. I think, first of all, I was just scared. This was so alien to me. This was so different to anything I'd ever done, to anything I had ever seen myself doing. I'd just finished university. I did psychology and business at Glasgow Uni. I saw myself going on into a standard 9 to 5. And I think sometimes in life, and this is something I reflect on a lot, it's so much easier to sort of just follow the path that you'd always thought instead of the uncomfortable route of going down a path that is different, is completely different to anything you ever thought, anything that you know. And that was me. I was just scared. I was scared to explore something new and different. And I decided to go with what I'd always thought that I would always do, which was go into the 9 to 5 world. And I did that. And it was about a year and a half later that a couple of things changed for me. Number one, I realized that I wasn't earning enough money and I wondered when I ever would. So I had a financial gap that I had to fill. And the only way that I could ever see doing that was taking on another job, which would mean I had absolutely no life. Or else how do I do it? And as I looked along my career trajectory, I was a grafter. I was the person that came in early. I worked as a marketing manager for a local authority. I would stay late. I would be the first person to put my hand up and say, I'll do the extra work. But to what end? When was that promotion coming? When was that pay rise coming? Like, I felt so out of control of my future. And so that was the realization that I had about a year and a half later at the age of 24. Also, what was going on at that time was I was watching success. I was watching a lot of success in Arbonne. So I had kept one eye on what was going on there. And I was now watching men and women thrive in this business. I was watching doctors, lawyers, accountants, teachers, stay at home parents. I was watching people have real choice in their life because of this business, walking away from jobs or going part-time, like really being able to create something substantial through this business. And I was curious, and I realized that I would be daft if I didn't really sit down and understand what this was truly, how this could look like for me, and what I could do with it. So I decided to jump into the business when I was 24 years old, and I ran with it. The more that I knew, and I truly believe that to understand this concept of this business model, to really know Arbonne, to know the scale and potential of this business in this industry, is to want to be a part of it. And that's where I was. Like, I knew it and I couldn't get enough of it. I was so excited, and I ran with my business. And actually, after 4 months, I reached the second level of promotion. And you can see the averages at earnings.arbonne.com, by the way, if you want to go and have a look. And I was a little bit above average. I went there quite fast after 4 months, alongside a full time job. So you don't have to give anything up to do this, you do it alongside everything else in your life. I shared the products, I shared the business with people, and reaching that level meant that I was nearly earning from Arbonne the same as what I was in my full time job, but I was working Arbonne on the side of what I was doing. About a year later, I promoted to the next level, which is called a regional vice president in the company. And really, what that meant at that point was this business was giving me serious choice in my life. I actually went part time at work, and then I left my job altogether when I was 26 years old. I've never worked for anybody else since, and this business has given huge choice in my life. I now lead a very different life to the 26-year-old or the 24-year-old that started this business. I'm 39 now. I'm a mum of two. I've got a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old who are both sleeping downstairs. And we have a life that Arbonne has brought choice into our life that we could never, ever have had I stayed in the career that path that I was on, age 24. And I am so grateful every day that I said yes to this business, because it has changed so much, not just financially, but also me as a person. I've had a massive transformation through this business over the years. The community is exceptional, the training is exceptional, and you'll notice the growth in you as a person, not just in your business. So it's really special, and I'm so grateful for it. But my job is to kind of give you a little bit more of an insight into the brand and the business. So let me share my screen with you, and hopefully you can see slides. Yeah, you see those okay? Amazing. Thank you so much. Right, okay, I'm just going to move these screens. Okay, so let's take it back and talk about where Arbonne began. So we have been around since 1980. So Arbonne was started by a Norwegian entrepreneur called Peter Mork. And he was an incredible man with an incredible vision to create pure, safe, clean, beneficial products at a time, by the way. So the concept of Arbonne was founded in the 70s. Nothing was pure, safe, clean. People weren't talking about these kinds of products. He wanted recyclable packaging. He wanted a vegan brand. Like, he wanted all of these incredible certifications that now we know and love and we expect in our products. But back then, nobody had a clue about. So it's really cool. And it's why now we are such market leaders in this industry. So he wanted to create this amazing product range, but he also wanted to create that and combine that with a business opportunity. At the time, actually, was very based around women. We now have so many incredible men in our business who do phenomenally well. But at the time, Peter's vision was around women, creating business opportunities for women to be able to raise families and also have income streams, be able to really create substantial lives for them and their families through a business. And there was the concept of Arbonne. And we've been around for 44 years now. So we are known for our skincare and nutrition predominantly. We also have fabulous makeup and fabulous body care and baby care and things like that. But our kind of two main ranges that you'll probably know Arbonne for are the skincare and the nutrition. So let's talk a little bit about those products first of all. And make sure if you haven't tried Arbonne products, you absolutely have to get your hands on them. They are absolutely second to none. We pride ourselves on how clean our products are. So we are a vegan brand, we are plant-based, we are paraben-free, we are gluten-free, we're non-toxic, we have over 2,000 banned ingredients. We have a very, very strict ingredient policy that's always been looked at, cutting edge of science. And this is what people want. Like, this is what people are looking for today. They want plant-based, they want clean, they want safe, but also on top of that, they want products that work. Like, we can have all these things, we can have safety, we can have purity, we can have all of that, but does the product work? Does it make an actual difference to the person's face? That is what you want, and that's what we've got with Arbonne. And it's not just that we say it works and all of our customers love it and keep coming back for it. We actually have clinical trials to prove that as well. So you can have a wee look at them if you're interested. The clinical trials are incredible, and we're also third party tested, which is pretty special as well. So you've got the best of plants and also the cutting edge science behind our products. Something I am really, really proud of is that we are a B Corporation, which is basically a stamp of ethical approval. Like, it's a stamp of ethical business. It's a really, really difficult certification to get. And what it means is, as a B Corp, you're putting people and the planet at the same level of importance as profit in the business. And about 0.01% of businesses only 0.01% of businesses meet the criteria to be a B Corp. So we're like a high scoring B Corp, and we've been doing this like for years and years, even before we had the certification. So out of every company that applies, it's about 4% of companies that actually apply and go through the certification process actually get this stamp. So it's really difficult to get, and that's why it's something that we're incredibly proud of to have as a company. And I think now more than ever, it is becoming more important. People are seeking out B Corps. It's interesting, when I told people about us being a B Corp a few years ago, a lot of people didn't know what it was. Nowadays, a lot of people know B Corps. And not only that, they go into the supermarket and they look for that B Corp stamp on the back of their products. And you'll start to notice it now. Now more than ever, we vote with our pound. You know, we are deciding what we want in the world by the companies that we are spending our money with. And this is a big thing with Arbonne, is the fact that you know that when you're spending your money with Arbonne, when you're buying these pure, safe, brilliant products, you're also buying from a company that's doing good as well. Okay, so our skincare. So if you've never tried our skincare, you absolutely have to. It is incredible. If your skincare isn't actually making a difference to your skin, you're using the wrong skincare. Like, you need to get on this skincare. What's really cool is as well with Arbonne is you've got a 90-day money back guarantee. So if you use the products and you don't see a visible difference in your skin or with the nutrition, you'll get a full refund. And that is how confident we are in the results of our products. So our nutrition range, I am very passionate about our skincare, but I have to say our nutrition range changed my life. I absolutely had massive issues with my nutrition, with my gut health. 10, 12 years ago, I was a very, very different person. My skin was all broken out. I had digestive issues. I had low energy. The Arbonne nutrition, and not just the products, but also the programs that we run, changed everything for me. And you'll speak to countless people who will say the exact same thing. We have gut health, we have greens powders, we have protein, we have clean energy drinks, we have a huge range, sports nutrition, a huge range of nutrition products that are what people are looking for today. And the programs that go behind it, the education that goes behind them as well, that educate people and give people those long-term effects. The wellness market is huge. So just kind of looking into the business side of this, okay, we've got amazing skincare, we've got incredible nutrition. We all know the wellness market is absolutely huge and it's growing fast. So it's worth 5.6 trillion at the moment in dollars, and it's to grow over 55% the next 5 years. Like, we see the evidence of that everywhere, don't we? Like, we can see how big the wellness industry is. Young people now have full skincare routines. I spoke to a friend recently who told me that her 10-year-old has a fridge for her skincare to keep it the optimal temperature. Like, when I was 10, I didn't have a clue what a toner was or a cleanser was. Like, young people are now in the gym, they're drinking protein shakes, people understand nutrition, people are understanding and seeking out gut health. Like, people are looking in this industry. It's only getting bigger. We're only getting more educated. And that's why now is such a great time to look to be part of the wellness industry. The other thing that when I started to look at the Arbonne products really struck a chord with me was that this is a consumable product. Like, this is a product that we all use. So we all use skincare. We're all using some form of nutrition. We're using makeup. We're using body care. We're using it every single day mostly, and we're running out of it, and we're rebuying it over and over and over and over again. So that sort of was like a switch for me of like, this makes sense, because if I'm going to look at a business, I want a business that's got that consumability where I'm not being paid just once, but you're being paid over and over and over as a business owner as these products continue to be consumed and repurchased within your network. So let's look into the concept a little bit more. So traditionally, when we're buying skincare or nutrition, it was quite a long process. So for most of us, including myself, before I used Arbonne, I was buying skincare nutrition in the traditional way. So it was going through a lot of hands before it was finally reaching me, the end consumer. So advertisers, staff, retail units, like celebrity endorsement, all of this stuff costs companies millions, like millions and millions and millions. And this has to be built into the cost. So the end product has to accommodate the celebrities, the PR, the advertising, the retail units, the beautiful kind of decor, the staff, all of that, which means that you're left with a product that you're paying a very, very small amount for the actual product. Most of it is for the process. But in social marketing and network marketing, what we do is we take all of that out. Instead, you're getting a much better product because we're not paying for advertising, we're not paying for retail units and big stores and department stores and all of that staff. Instead, you have real people who use the product and recommend it to other people. And us as consultants, you as a consultant, you become the marketing arm for the company, and you can decide to take your piece of Arbonne and go and spread the word as far and as wide as you want, and you get paid for that. Now, what I love about that, and I'm sure you would all agree, like, this is what we trust. This is what we look for. Like, I have people come to me every single day and say, like, tell me about that. Like, what does it taste like? How do you feel? I know you use it. I've seen your results. I've seen your story. And they say that to other people that I know, like, they've watched their progress with the nutrition or the skincare. They've watched their transformation. It's a real life credible recommendation, and that is what people are looking for, and that is why this works, because we have genuinely good products and people who feel genuinely passionate about it, who want to tell others. And you, by doing that, have a chance to create a business out of that passion and out of that recommendation. But even at the simplest side of this is why you want to buy from social marketing companies, because you're getting a much better quality product. The money is in the product much more than it's in the process. So you always get a really, really good quality product. And for me, when I started to understand the concept, the kind of brainwave for me was, right, I'm going to use these products anyway for the rest of my life. I'm always going to wash. I'm always going to use skincare. I'm always going to use nutrition. So why not buy better stuff than what I was using before, get a massive discount on it, which is what you get as an independent consultant, and then be paid for telling other people about it. Like, that just makes sense. So as an independent consultant, what you do is you use the product, you have your own transformation, you enjoy it yourself, you share it with other people. And when people decide to buy, they click on a link and that's attached to you. And when that person clicks on a link, so let's say you've got a friend I'm in Glasgow, and you've got a friend in Manchester, and that friend in Manchester says, okay, I want to buy these products. They click on the link that's attached to you. They become their own their customer, a customer within your network, and they buy their products and it's sent directly to them from Arbonne. You don't need to do anything else and you'll be paid on that the following week. Now that person runs out of that product a month later and they go back online and they purchase that product again. And they do that again and again, and then they move to Australia and they continue to buy it and they tell some friends. Now all of that is linked back to you because you were the person that introduced them. So I just thought this is so smart. You're using the product anyway, you're telling other people, and you get paid to do that. And all the tough stuff of business, the online, the website, the e-commerce system, all of that is dealt with. The customer service, even, all of that is done by Arbonne, and you don't even have to think about it. Okay, so you get paid in 3 ways in this business. Okay, so the first way is by directly selling and recommending products. You get paid weekly for from all of the sales, the recommendations that you have made directly to customers in your business. The second way that you get paid is growing a team and helping other people to share the products. And the third way is through bonuses for doing both of those things, basically. So let's go through that a wee bit more. So your commissions. So we get paid weekly, paid on the sales that are going through our business. So you start as an independent consultant today, you make some recommendations tomorrow, and you'll be paid for that next Friday. So that to me was really exciting because it's like you can see the evidence of building a business very, very quickly, and it can start to have an impact on your life as well very, very quickly. So initially, when you are building this business and you're telling some friends, you'll know exactly who these people are that are purchasing. You'll maybe tell your sister, and then you'll tell a friend, and you'll tell another friend, and you know they're saying, okay, you know, Kirsty, I'm just going to jump on and I'm going to buy these products, and you're going to be aware of everything that's going on. What's going to happen as time goes on is that people are going to be online purchasing products through your site, and you're not even going to be aware that it happened until you log on and you see that that has happened, or you get paid the next week and you realize that more sales have gone through your business. So that's really exciting. So we get paid up to 35% commission. So basically £1,000 worth of sales go through in your business, £350. So that's how that works. I'm just going to mute the lines again a wee second. Okay, got it. Amazing. And the other side is something called overrides. So when I started this business and I started to understand the scale and the potential of this, I started to hear people's stories, and they were talking about the fact that their business turned over, you know, tens of thousands a month, hundreds of thousands a month, millions a month. And I was just like, how? Like, how on earth? Like, how could you know enough people for that to be the case? But what I didn't understand was the network marketing model, the structure of building a team and being able to support others who do the same, to support others who do the same, and so on and so forth. So when I started my business, not only did I want to share the products with people, I also wanted to share the fact that I'd come across something that was actually going to make a difference, that was allowing me to take that control back, was going to allow me to make more choices in my life and go on more holidays and all the things that I wanted when I very first started. Like, I wanted people in my life to know about this too. So I told other people about the business as well as the products. I was like, why don't you do this? Like, you and me can do this together. Like, let's have fun with it. Let's do this. Like, I know that you want the same things as I want. And they were like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And then they told other people about the products, and they also told other people about the business. And then those people told other people about the product and about the business. And then I started to understand how people build such big businesses in this company, because it's not just who you know, it's who other people know, and who other people know, and who other people know. And suddenly you can start to see the scale and the potential of this business. Now, each independent consultant that you recommend to the business, they are paid, they have their own commission structure, they're paid on their business. But what you are paid is a little percentage of the overall turnover of a much bigger, wider turnover of products that isn't just you, it's lots of other people who are sharing with other people, which could go on to hundreds and thousands all over the world. And this is when it was like a penny drop moment of, this is huge. Like, this is actually huge. This isn't just the extra. This can be a life-changing business. And again, you can go to earnings.arbonne.com to really understand like what's typical and what's average. But I could really see how huge this potential was now to be able to build this far and wide. And the concept of time leverage was something that was quite new to me. The ability to be able to create something that was working when I wasn't there. Now, never in my life did I ever think that I should look for that. When I understood time leverage, I was like, why have I not been looking for that? Like, why was that not a priority for me? Because as people, we want to enjoy our lives and we want to be able to live our lives and go on holiday and spend time with our kids and, have things going on in our life, but also be able to create a business in the background. We want time leverage. We want something that can work when we're not physically there. And most of us don't have access to something that does that. Most of us have to work, all those days and show up at work and show up for our consultancy business or our service that we provide or whatever it is. This is a business that as you build it, it works when you're not there. There are people all over the world in my organization now who will be placing orders right now, and I don't need to be there to facilitate that. Arbonne is a website that's open 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. Your business is open when you're sleeping and when you're at work and when you're doing everything else. And that is how you can create such an amazing business through this company. Okay, let's go through what is typical in earnings wise, and I'll give you a little bit of my experience as well. So there's different levels in the business: consultant, district manager, area manager, regional vice president, national vice president. And as you work through these titles, it really is just to do with turnover that's going through your business. But at each of these levels, you get paid a little bit more on the turnover that's going through your business. So I reached the first level of district manager after a couple of months. It could be anything from 200 up to about £800 a month at this point. And typically people are doing this, alongside a full-time job and much, much more. So it's providing that extra. And it's thinking about with each of these levels, what could that be for you? What kind of a difference would that make for you? As an area manager, it took me about 4 months to get there. It could take much longer if, it depends on the work that you put in, of course. You could put much more work than I did into a shorter space of time and do it faster, or do it over a much longer period and it will take longer. But being an area manager, income wise, was between about £600-700 up to about £2,500 for me at that level. So really making a much bigger difference in my life. The business also is willable at this point, which is a huge thing to talk about. The fact that, if I wasn't here, my husband and my kids would have my business. They would still be paid on what I have created to this point is just an amazing, amazing thing. As a regional vice president, income wise, it took me about a year and a half to get there, between about £1,500 up to maybe about £9,000-10,000 a month. And national vice president average is about £12,000 a month plus. So you're looking at, those levels of regional vice president, national vice president. This is where it really makes a substantial difference to a lot of people's lives. And it's very different for each person. Like, you've just got to look at this for yourself and think, right, okay, well, these are the things I could create with it. It takes work, it takes effort. It's like anything else in life, absolutely. But I wasn't finding anything else that I could do alongside a full-time job, alongside, and most of my team do this alongside being parents and having other businesses and all the things, but they can add this to their income portfolio to create more choices down the line. There's also incentive trips, lots of them. So a lot of people in Arbonne are heading off to Dubai in a couple of weeks' time. We'll have another trip launching in a couple of months. So there's lots of exciting things on top of just the financials that you can work towards in the business. We are in 6 countries. So we are in the UK and Poland, we are in Australia and New Zealand, we are in America and Canada. And you can build your business in any of those countries. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, that's lovely, but I don't know anyone in America or New Zealand. The thing with this business is, because of the way it works, you very well might build a business. If you live in Glasgow like me, you might end up building the biggest part of your business in New Zealand because you know someone who knows someone who knows someone in New Zealand, and they start to create a team over there. That's the exciting thing about this. The other part of this is that we've still to go to so many more countries. Like, we still have so much more to come. The growth ahead of us is extremely exciting, and it gives me butterflies thinking about, what markets we're going to go to next and how you'll build in those markets. Like, the opportunity is just huge. Okay, so as we close out, I hope that I've been able to give you a good insight into the business and how this works, and hopefully create a bit of a picture for you as to like what this would mean for you. And I would just ask you to, like, as we reflect on like what you've just heard, is just think like, what would this mean for you? Because for every single person in Arbonne, the reasons that they start is different. Like it might be the extra that at the moment means that you can go on holiday every year, or to go on an extra holiday or a couple of holidays every single year. It might be that. It might be to earn that extra £300-400 a month to put into your investment portfolio for the future, your pension plan, whatever. Think of the difference that that would make in the next 10-20 years to have that extra into your plan. It might be that you're looking at this thinking, no, I want to build big. Like I can see what's on the table as a regional and national vice president. Like I want to change my life. I want to create something much bigger. That the like all of that's there for you. It's just your choice as to what you want to create with it. And I would just say like the kind of thought that I had was, where do I want to be in the next 5-10 years? And for you, like, is the thing that you're doing right now taking you towards that? Like, are you going to get there doing what you're doing at the moment? And when that question was posed to me 15 years ago, the answer was hard no. Like, there's no way that the job that I was in and the life that I was leading was taking me towards a future that I wanted. And when I saw this business, I saw hope, and I saw the potential for something that I could channel the work ethic and the drive and the excitement and energy that I had into this, and I could create something myself through my own efforts for my future, and also help other people to do the same thing as well. And that's the last point I would make, is that if you decide, if you're looking at this and you're thinking, I'm excited by this, like I want to do this, but I'm scared, then I was you. I was you. I was totally nervous to start this. It was so different to anything I'd ever done. And I'm 15 years in, I'm a very different person. I can speak in front of you all now on Zoom, on camera. I was not this person 15 years ago. I was a scared 24-year-old, and this was an alien concept to me. But the thing that kind of heartened me and made me think I need to just, I can do this, was the people. It was the people, and the fact there was a process and there was all these people around that were like, you can do this and I've got your back and I'm going to show you what to do. And that's exactly what we have here. So whoever invited you onto this call, give them a shout. Like they are your person. They are going to help you, but not just them. There's a whole squad of us around them. And then there's also actual Arbonne, the company, who have got your back, who'll show you what to do. There's trainings that you can plug into. There's apps. There's everything for you to help you to be successful. But the community you're around will really support you to build what you want to build with this business. So I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for joining. Take care. See you later.